Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Rejoice. Oh no, sorry. Welcome back to our YouTube channel.
Yeah, I'm taking over now. My YouTube channel.
Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today I have my husband here with me. So we're gonna talk about our journey. I promised you guys that we're gonna do this, and because it's my birthday month and my birthday week, and our what
Anniversary first.
first anniversary,
Yeah.
he agreed to come on camera. So because
Was
most
forced to come on camera.
okay, it's okay, my love. We'll talk about this behind the scenes. But because most people have been asking me about how we met, our purity journey, and things like that, I said, why not give the people what they want? So that's why we're here. So I didn't know this guy, but he stalked me for long.
Not for long.
But you did stalk me.
For a bit, yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't know him, but he stalked me for a bit, and then we met at church event. It was an all night, and then we met there, and then he had a good accent. I saw him in the dark. I was like, "Hey, plus one is there." And he took my number, and then he said he was gonna text me, and he did not text me until like 24 hours later.
I think you're skipping a lot of things. The night itself, the blanket.
No, I'm not that blanket. Okay, when you brought that blanket aspect into,
You can explain.
okay, so what happened is because some people are already now thinking about other things, but what happened is we went for a lock in at church, and then he came, and when he came, I had a blanket. He didn't bring a blanket for the all-night prayer, so he asked me if he could share the blanket with me. I said it's okay. Then he went somewhere, and he was talking to someone on the phone. This is around 10, 11. To date, he says it was his sister. I have no proof.
You know my sister?
But anyway, so when he was on the phone, someone came and said, "Okay, can I sit with you?" Then I said, "Oh, someone has already asked." But disclaimer, I told him, guys, this is. I think sometimes when God has something for you, it's just for you. Sometimes we try to force relationships, we try to mend things that are broken, that are not meant to be. And I think our marriage is a testament of that, because the first thing I said to him, which showed me the resilience that he has, is I said to him, "You can sit with me, but I'm waiting for my ex to come back because we have things to fix." And then he said to me, "Okay, it's fine. When your ex comes, I'll leave." Did my ex come?
And I wasn't going to leave.
But my ex did not
Either
even
way.
come. He did not even come the whole night. So I ended up sitting with him the whole night. And he was kind, he was funny. And I think what really then caught my heart is when he took me for the first date, he made an effort. I could see that there was effort. He couldn't come pick me up, so he had a taxi come pick me up and then took me to our date. This is not pressure, guys. Please don't feel any kind of pressure for all the guys that are watching, but it's just to show you what then drew me to him. But fast forward, what I mainly want to speak about is our purity journey. So I remember the first thing that I said to him when he asked me out, rather his niece told me he liked me before he could tell me, Aichka.
It's not a word in my vocabulary. My dear.
What was
I was making my moves.
What moves?
You don't just go into the flesh of things.
Okay, what do you do?
You start off with, we call it finessing. If we can, you were finessed by the time.
Okay, sir, it's fine.
Were you gonna say no?
I don't know, maybe.
You were not going.
I wasn't
The
gonna
job
say
was
no.
done,
No, I
okay?
really liked him. But I think one thing that we first talked about was I told my husband, then boyfriend, that I want to wait until we're married to have sex. And that was his first response was like, "Yes, me too. I want to wait." Then came the time to actually leave what we had said. I think what was hard for me was I didn't think we were going to date for that long. We were in a courtship for about 4 years and a half before we got engaged. Yeah. I didn't think it was going to be that long. So I think for me, there came a time where I also felt like, but look, we've been together for so long. And we did promise each other that we want to wait. My waiting was based on, you know what, if we're gonna date for a year or two, we can just wait and then have sex afterwards. but it then became 4 years and 5 years. For me, it became hard at some point to just think, okay, so what are we doing? We're meeting and talking about life and whatever. So why are we even in the relationship? Not that I was saying let's have sex because it validates the relationship, but I think dating for long kind of also stretched my patience to understand that, you can be together for 5 years even without having sex. But I think it was harder for you. I don't know, but
Why do you think it was
I
harder
think
for
it
me?
was hard for you. Okay, I don't know. Let's hear your perspective.
What's the question? Maybe interview me. What's the question? Then
I think the
will
question is, how was the wait for you?
Well, it was hard from day one. That's
But
for
you
sure.
agreed.
No,
Were you
to be
finessing
honest,
me? You're finessing me.
obviously you're finished. But I think the journey was. I think obviously there's times when you actually attempted to, or you think about it,
Yeah.
or you say, okay, like you've been saying, it's been this long, so we're gonna marry anyway.
Yeah.
But I think
Oh, you knew you were gonna marry me from the start?
at some point. Okay, no, look, we didn't know each other. We had known each other for what, 2 weeks
Okay.
before we dated.
It's fine.
I think after premarital counseling, like we did premarital counseling a year into the relationship.
Yeah.
So after that, yes, I can say it was all the other 3 years or 4 years. It was now just leading up to where we were going.
I think what was most profound for me from the counseling was that we got to talk about finances. We got to talk about the relationships that we would look at in the world and feel like, okay, I would want a marriage like this. One thing about me is I told myself that I want to wait until I get married to have sex. When I went to college, I remember I said, I don't want to drink alcohol because I want to wait for my honeymoon
get
and,
married?
and drink wine. I want to drink wine at my honeymoon.
Not
to
drinking before marriage, guys.
Yes. So it's things that I told myself I didn't want to be a party girl. I didn't want to be that girl. And I think that's why even when we dated for that long, we had gone for counseling, which meant to me that we had given our relationship to God. So now, even when I thought about, okay, I do want to get physical with him, but also because I served in church, praise and worship. Each time I would have those thoughts, or each time I would do something with him that would draw me, that would make me feel dirty and feel like I can't stand in front of people and praise God because I'm not living the life that I'm preaching to the world. So I think everything that happened in our relationship, I still could not make my mind to say, let's have sex, because I thought, rather, I had committed to not doing it. I don't know if it was the same for you. Did you have a commitment with God? Did you have a principle? Or if I had said yes, you would have done it.
Just say this would have done it. I don't want to lie. Okay,
Yeah.
I think maybe to answer the first and the second question together, I think it's not enough for you to say we are not going to have sex before marriage. I think there are boundaries you actually need to set.
Yeah.
Because the sex itself is not the act. It's almost like it's the day, the things that have been happening, the situations you've put yourselves in will lead you to that. And when you get into that position, even in marriage, we say sex starts in the morning, right? Because the way I'm going to treat my wife since the morning, the way I'm going to speak to her, the gestures I'm going to give are the ones that are going to lead to great sex at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So I think it kind of applies in terms of it's not about saying, okay, so we're going to be in compromising situations, but we're just not going to do it. But it's rather a matter of just don't be in compromising situations.
Yeah.
So I think for me, it's, I definitely wanted to have it as a principle, right? As a principle, I can't say God spoke to me and said anything, but as a principle, I really wanted it to be something, or maybe at some point, I really wanted it to be something that I know valued, or at the very least at the time when I then knew that, okay, this is the woman that I actually want to spend the rest of my life with, then I knew, okay, so let us wait. So for me, it was a matter of principle and just putting guidelines and protecting yourself so that you don't get to indulge.
Okay. So I think because I know people love this whole sex conversation, I might have you back on the channel.
Yeah, this is the first and last time.
Baby. I'll talk to him behind the
I'll
camera.
be behind the camera the next time, and I'm staying there.
But I think what's the biggest life lesson that you can share with the world from our story? I think for me, how God came through for our wedding was an evidence of our journey of waiting to have sex after the marriage, how we try to consecrate and keep our marital bed or our marital ceremony holy, because we got people that would come and be like, okay, what do you need? What can we do? How can we help? And I think that for me reminded me that God was in our story, even when we could have done things that people could not see. God could see whatever else that we did outside of the spotlight, and Him coming through. Our wedding is a big testimony. Like, if I start to talk about it, my goodness, from the bridal shower, we told people a month before we got married that we're getting married. And some people were like, oh, no, it's not going to work out. How are you guys going to do it? And whatever. But God came through. But for me, the words that keep resounding to date, I'll let Pastor's wife say to me, rejoice the moment that you're going to lose your virginity, you're going to move away from the grace of God. It kind of sounded like a threat in that moment. But when I look back, she had seen that God really had something that He wanted to do in my life. And she was trying to push me towards it. It might have sounded harsh, but it helped me to it always resounded in my head that she said, if I do this, I'm moving away from God's grace. And I did see God's grace in our marriage, in our wedding, in everything that happened. What's the biggest lesson that you take away from our journey? Maybe we'll do another video where we get in depth of the other things that affected us, even in the waiting, that affected us, strained our relationship, even in it not being, because most people think sex is everything. But actually, it's not. And marriage is not just sex, it's other things.
So,
It's money. It's
but sex is a major part of it.
okay, never mind. Don't listen to my husband. But then, what's your biggest lesson as we round this up
My biggest lesson
from our story?
Whew. I think there are many lessons that have to come with it.
Focus on the purity. Focus on the no sex before marriage. There are kids watching.
Why, I can focus on the finesse. But anyway, I think persistence and patience, all right, and discipline. I think those are the three words that come to my mind.
That's good.
And
Persistence, patience, discipline.
And discipline. And I think there's a statement that says, and I've forgotten it.
It's okay. It's okay, my love. It's okay.
But it's about discipline. It says something about, discipline is painful, but its fruit is sweet. Exactly.
Okay.
That is so. So I think.
Are you saying that our honeymoon
the
was
fruit,
a sweet fruit?
the fruit is sweet.
Okay.
because
fine.
of the discipline.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my lessons from that.
Guys, I know you really enjoyed this guy. Well, I did. Well, maybe because it's my husband. But if you want to see him again next time, we can do it. Do you know how we can do it? You can like this video. You can share this video. And you can subscribe to my channel. He says when we get to 1,000, you'll come back. Is that so?
10,000.
But guys, I love you.
I love you too. I love you.
And thank you so much for watching. We look forward to... Okay, see, I don't know if he's going to come, but...
No, I'm a part of the videos, by the way.
Yeah, he does. He does a great part of
I'm not
behind
in front
the
of.
yeah.
I'm behind the. So yeah.
But we like to see you more this side, baby.
Let them say it. Let them.
You want the crowd to say
Let
it?
the people say it.
Okay, it's fine. It's fine. It's okay. But guys, thank you so much for watching and taking your time. I know this was brief. We had to kind of compress it, but I hope you learned a thing or two. It's hard to do the weight, but my husband said persistence, patience and discipline. Just be persistent in your relationship with God. I think that's the foundation of everything. Be patient in knowing that in the good time, the word of God says, in the right time, He makes all things beautiful. And just being disciplined. If you say you're not going to do it, don't do it. If you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it. Until next time.
Peace.